100 Years of Wall Street by Charles R. Geist. Oh, he's such a good writer. I'm still studying on Wall Street. There's so much to learn. So many books to read. This is financial ups and downs are only a part of the 20th century saga of Wall Street. The world-famous symbol of capitalism has also been the scene of human achievements and tragedies of epic proportions. In many ways, a microcosm of America at large, the street has shown almost boundless optimism and tenacity in the face of adversity, a surprising weakness for foolishness, and an unpredictable capacity for bursts of genius, innovation, and success. The expert and occasionally bemused guide to this illuminating story is Charles R. Geist, historian, best-selling author, financial scholar, and corporate consultant. A gifted storyteller who reveals how the smallest details produce crucial shifts in the big picture. Geist takes the reader behind the scenes to explain how powerful personalities and unexpected developments created the financial, cultural, and social events that helped shape the world of today. Geist dramatically brings to life a world that can only be fully understood by its secret deals, monumental transactions, colorful characters, earth-rattling plummets, and exhilarating highs. The 150 photographs and illustrations for 100 Years of Wall Street, many of them rarely reproduced, document famous crises, evoke the day-to-day grind, and, above all, portray many of the human beings who toiled, schemed, or created wise reforms at the arguable center of global financial activity. On the one hand, there were the titans who shrewdly built their investments into vast fortunes and just as cleverly built solid public reputations. In contrast were the high rollers and outlaws who fell off the tightrope, ending up bankrupt or convicted of felonies. Decade by decade, with the most important events highlighted, 100 Years of Wall Street is both a deftly crafted introduction to the compelling true story of the street and a rich source of little-known anecdotes and new insights for anyone who invests or works in today's financial climate. Geist places the present into the context of a century of celebration and chaos, leadership and losses, ticker tape parades and insider trading. His unforgettable, scandalous tales, hilarious anecdotes, and legendary rumors have never been reported in the Dow Jones average. With market levels at historical highs, no one can question the powerful role played by Wall Street and its movers and shakers today. For an engaging and thoroughly researched account of its century-long grip on American history, 100 Years of Wall Street earns a permanent place in the library of anyone who wants to understand the background of today's bull market and the wide range of possible scenarios for the future. The only thing that fires our imagination more than money is pictures. Geist has created a special interaction between text and pictures that is taken together produce a magic alchemy by Peter Guber, chairman of Mandalay Pictures. And on the back it says about it, relive 100 years of sensational events and unforgettable characters from the world's most famous street. A richly illustrated popular history of the American centuries, ingenuity, catastrophes, and triumphs, is also the very human story of rich and powerful people whose actions changed the shape of the economic landscape, often overnight. J.P. Morgan, Andrew Carnegie, Michael Milken, each in his own way has enormous influence over the way other people would live their lives. Best-selling author Charles R. Geist's dramatic narrative singles out the important historical events while interweaving profiles of forceful personalities, behind-the-scenes anecdotes, and curious facts to produce a kaleidoscope view of the street. In addition to the 150 photographs, most of them rarely seen before, there are charts to explain historical convulsions in the market and reproductions of such memorabilia as early financial advertising and stock certificates from mining and railroad companies. An introduction to Wall Street lore that reveals many aspects of history that will be unfamiliar even to the very knowledgeable. 100 Years of Wall Street is very much the story of America itself. From Teddy Roosevelt's trust busting to the booming Reagan years to the electronic economy of the present, the fortunes of Wall Street have reflected or directed many of the aspirations, achievements, and miscalculations of the nation as a whole. Personally, from all I've studied on here, I think computers are wrong for them to have in the stock market. But I wanted to tell you one of my favorite little bits in here that I found very amusing, and I like it because it's about Coca-Cola, and I'll drink it, but I'll only buy it if it's on sale. Otherwise, I don't get it. I will buy the generic of it anywhere. And this says, in the 1950s, food and drink were banned from the floor of the NYSE. A trader's son-in-law worked for him on the floor, buying and selling shares of Coca-Cola, among other stocks. One day, the young man sneaked a can of Coke onto the floor so that he could quench his thirst during a quiet moment. When the senior trader saw the open can, he ordered the young man to get rid of the Coke. Doing as he was told, the young trader sold all the Coke shares the senior trader owned, costing his father-in-law a loss of $90,000. Now that really cracked me up. I'll remember it every time I drink a Coke. Yeah. Y'all have a great evening.